Well, good morning, basketball fans, and welcome here to B2 Basketball. And tonight's game is going to be between our hosts, the AOMORI WAT'S, and the visitors, the RIZING FUKUOKA. Well, this has the makings to be a very exciting game today. Of course, the AOMORI WAT'S looking to take care of business in their home court, as tonight they'll be hosting a team they'll be looking to challenge their superiority. And this will be, as we mentioned, one hell of a huge game. Well, the AOMORI WAT'S hosting this team, of course, and looking, as we mentioned, a team rising and making its progression throughout the Japanese B.LEAGUE basketball. The question will be tonight, can they indeed ensure that they get a victory against a team who's coming into this game flying with confidence? Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as the great Jeff Taylor would say, wherever you may be watching in the world. This is B.LEAGUE basketball. And no doubt, of course, Rising Fukuoka, the visiting team, will be trying to come here to further extend their record to show that they mean business to compete this season. Well, some exciting games we have had over the B-League this weekend. The other one that will be going on, the doubleheader that will take place tonight. There is your lineup tonight. The one player you want to look out for, of course, tonight is the big man who used to play for Ginebra, and that is Big Greg Slaughter. Well, Slaughter just joining the B-League last season, as he did join after leaving the PBA. The question will be is how well he gets off to a start here tonight. There is the big fella. And no doubt, he's going to have to try and prove himself, because the big change that he did make this season was to leave the PBA and to come and try his luck here in Japan, which so far has been quite a good rhythm for him. Well, we are going to get set now to introduce the players from both these two teams. Rising Fukuoka having a foreign coach of themselves at the moment, coached by Mancho Lopez. As now we look at their starting lineup for this evening. Well, Tina does like to play very quickly in transition. I mean, this is a very, very tough team, but, you know, they'll be up against a team themselves that will try to battle them with the size and physicality. Size has been the key thing so far for Coach Mancho Lopez's players. Well, a very well-experienced basketball coach from Spain. He's from Ferrol, Spain. Started his coaching career with CB Galicia back in 1995. And also in 2002 worked with the Spanish national team, where he did coach one great Pau Gasol. Well, we are going to introduce the AOMORI WAT'S, so let's enjoy the local entertainment. 102 to 98. Trying to ensure they leave with the victory is going to be the key thing. Well, Slaughter is going to jump this one. And getting off to a good start is going to be the key thing for both these two teams. Welcome, everybody. This is B2 Basketball. Rising Fukuoka now getting the first possession of the game. Hitting the front eye and unable to connect. Now, AOMORI WAT'S drawing the foul in transition. That's one thing we're going to see about these two teams is Murakami getting called for the foul. Well, tempo is going to be so key. Pablo Aguilar, many seasons having played for the Kawasaki Brave Thunders in B1. Now finding himself here in the second division and looking for promotion to try and get back to the level that he was playing at a few years ago. Coming up one ball screen, a traveling violation is going to be called. It's a great defense by Pablo Aguilar. Well, then AOMORI WAT'S with the home crowd support. You can see Rising Fukuoka going into a 2-3 zone. The question will be is how well can this team break it down? Trying to go for the back door play. Getting some key. That's much better collective for the AOMORI WAT'S. Inside the paint now, nice little finish. And that's what they're going to try to do as much as possible, try to exploit the backcourt defense. There again, you can see Aguilar trying to work in that zone defense, and that's better passing, but again, they miss a wide open layup. The WAT'S now looking to extend, trying to take the lead. When they go for an early three, the three is up, and it's good. They're extending now here to a 5-2 lead early on. Well, the tempo is just going to be very key between these two teams. See both really trying to extend themselves here. When you got players like Takayuki Kodama along with Gavin Ware, I mean, this is the kind of game you do have to try and take advantage of every loose ball. It's Washington, well, that matter. Last season, Bryce Washington was playing. He was taking the jump. It's becoming a very destination for import players to come play in Japan. And Warren Watts still staying at some defense. Well, another one deeply tucked away. Watts now playing with confidence. Well, having the experience of a player like Patrick Oda out there definitely does help the front court play. The question is, will they be able to get other players into the game? Inside the lane, going up and finishing with ease is Jordan Hamilton. Well, he's going to have a field day against this zone if he keeps getting the ball inside the paint. Well, there was a penetration. I mean, the closeout defense was non-existent, and Hamilton just a little too wide open inside the paint there for the AOMORI Watts. Well, Coach Lopez, as we said, probably one of the more experienced coaches coming from Spain. Dealt with the task of trying to get this team promoted to B1. Patrick Uda throwing the ball down low. Identifying the mismatch. AOMORI Watts leading by 2 points. Trying to extend the lead as Ikeda now coming down, goes for penetration, kicks this one out. 3 is up, no good. Patrick Oda battling for offensive boards, and he does just enough there. So this one now remains possession to the AOMORI Watts. A little bit of a Euro basket battle there if you think about it. Patrick Oda being defended here by Pablo Aguilar. There's a three-pointer. 3 is up, and it's good. Well, nice play by Jordan Hamilton. Hamilton just playing with a bit of confidence early on. The AOMORI Watts sitting back again in a 2-3 zone. And going inside the paint. The tip-in's no good from Aguilar. Well, they did everything right there. Found Bryce Washington, but right now the AOMORI Watts unable to take advantage, turning the ball over. Aguilar kicking this one out. Rising Fukuoka going for 3, and they tuck that one beautifully away in the corner. Well, the 3 was iced away by Hiroki Taniguchi. But again, where is the help side defense? Well, it's becoming a bit of an open gym session as Yuichi Ikeda just finding enough time and space to make a penetration and break down, slicing down the defense. Now we're under halfway to go here in the first quarter. Well, what have they called here? A traveling violation. Well, they've called this one against Pablo Aguilar. Well, change coming into the game now here for Rising Fukuoka. Oh, Shuki Shigatomi coming in. Yuichi Ikeda now currently on the ball. Trying to make him the primary point guard here right now for the AOMORI WAT'S. Ikeda can't find an opening now, but they go for the mid-range. This one's up, and again, right in the face of Pablo Aguilar is Monet Hall. Just finding a bit of time and space from the mid-range. Tucks it away, and a timeout's going to be called by Rising Fukuoka, as they currently trail by 6 points to the AOMORI WAT'S. Well, watch Hall uses the ball screen from Patrick Aouda. Just a beautiful lock on that shot, and a timeout is going to be discussed. Well, 4:31 to go here in the first quarter. The AOMORI WAT'S have a 6-point lead currently against Rising Fukuoka. This is B2 basketball. These two teams at the moment trying to battle for promotion to get to B1, the highest level of Japanese professional basketball. Rising Fukuoka trying to break down the zone defense. They go for a three in the corner, but it's unable to tuck it away, but they do get the offensive rebounds. Well, passing against the zone and turning it over now. AOMORI WAT'S looking to break this one. A foul has been called now. They are signaling for an unsportsmanlike foul, but I don't think they're going to get this one. We can see the signal there from Jordan Hamilton, but I don't think they're going to get an upgrade. So possession will remain here with AOMORI WAT'S on the sideline. We're under 4 minutes to go. Pulling up from the mid-range, can't get it. The rebound's been secured by Pablo Aguilar. Rising Fukuoka trying to find something here in their offense. Washington looking to isolate now. Going for the post-up. Goes for a tough fadeaway, but again, just can't get anything. It's Patrick Aouda doing a good job of keeping Pablo Aguilar off the offensive rebounds. In and around the defense. Goes up, no foul called. AOMORI WAT'S will keep this baseline. Well, Yuichi Ikeda finding ways to break down the defense, getting inside the paints. Well, change coming into the game as E.J. Montgomery subs in for the first time tonight. A huge fan favor with the AOMORI WAT'S. .324 to go. Montgomery getting a handoff. Tsunetsu trying to penetrate. Finds Montgomery. Well, he misses a layup. Presence of Pablo Aguilar trying to make things very tough here for the AOMORI WAT'S. Rising Fukuoka, they need to find ways to score at the moment. Well, they go for three. Three is up, and again, no good. There's the penetration. There's another three in the corner. Three is up. Nothing connecting at the moment. Both teams getting good looks from the perimeter, but unable to find that groove. And another turnover. Again, the AOMORI WAT'S trying to build this one. Oh, it's just too wide open. Well, again, it's going to be an offensive foul. EJ Montgomery trying to bully his way to the bucket. He was wide open, but just a little too overzealous. I mean, look at this. What a pass. Great dime. But Montgomery just can't be leaning in with the shoulder like that. That's good defense. WAT'S trying to put on a bit of full court pressure. Trying to slow things down against Rising Fukuoka. And Montgomery's going to get called for another foul. That's his second personal foul already here in the first quarter. What's intelligent play? You got to get the ball to Bryce Washington, because if you could put Montgomery into a bit of foul trouble early on, this could disrupt the AOMORI WAT'S game plan. Well, Washington pump fakes, penetrates, goes in, and just kisses that one off the backboard. Strong move by Bryce Washington. Well, smooth penetration done by Kohei Tsuneta. He'll go to the charity stripe. Right here, just using that ball screen from Montgomery. The foul's going to be called against Hiroki Taniguchi, number 24 for the Rising Fukuoka. Well, change coming in for Rising Fukuoka's Hayato Kantake checking into the game for the first time tonight, just to give them a little bit more depth in their backcourt. We're looking at a two-stretch three at the moment here for Rising Fukuoka. It's Kohei Tsuneta makes the first free throw. Well, looking to extend the AOMORI WAT'S lead to a three-possession, potentially. 1:55 to go here in the first quarter. Makes them both. Now the question will be, what kind of defensive lineup are we going to see here from the AOMORI WAT'S? Well, they are going into a full court press, trying to slow down Rising Fukuoka's offense. And again, sitting back in that 2-3 zone. Well, I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Bryce Washington trying to throw a dump down, but it went off the backboard, and he found Pablo Aguilar. Another foul has been called. Well, again, it's that man, Kohei Tsuneta. He's trying... time during the foul against Hayato Kantake. Well, Daisuke Sato checking into the game now at the moment. And also the big man from the Philippines, Greg Slaughter. Well, many years played for the mighty Ginebra, but as his career started to take, a lesser role with the Ginebra, he then went to play for Blackwater. And then decided as of last season to leave the PBA to test the waters of the Japanese B.LEAGUE. Five-point lead still here to the AOMORI WAT'S, the home team. Watching going inside the lane. finding slaughter. Only go for another 3, and again, there's a reason why you can see the AOMORI WAT'S deciding to sit back in 2 minutes. Rising FUKUOKA. Well, unable to capitalize, but Jordan Hamilton, he will take a breather at the moment here for the AOMORI WAT'S. It's Patrick Oda coming into the game. So is Susumu Tokaiden. Also just checking into the game for the first time this evening. AOMORI WAT'S really going through the rotation early on here. So they 1 minute to go in the first quarter. Well, sometimes you can rotate your bench just a little too much, but I guess getting everybody into the lineup is going to be key as Rising FUKUOKA still looking for that first 3-pointer. Foul's going to be called, so AOMORI WAT'S are going to the free throw line. Patrick Oda, the man from Czechia. Well, it's definitely minimal contact there, but it's so unnecessary. There was really no need for Shuki Shigetomi, the man who got called for the foul, to make that contact. I mean, Patrick Oda's not a point guard. But he will go to the free throw line. Well, he did feature for the Czech Republic national team. Is originally from Ivančice, Czech Republic. Went to Seton Hall University. She started his pro career in Japan in 2020 with the Yokohama B Corsairs. Washington looking to throw this down to slaughter. Foul's going to be committed against AOMORI WAT'S number 17, Kohei Tsuneta. Well, a little bit too overzealous there on the defense. So 30.1 seconds left. 16.1 seconds difference between game and shot clock at the moment. So AOMORI WAT'S, if they can get a stop here, they will get the final shot of the first quarter. Again, AOMORI WAT'S refusing to come out of that zone defense, and Oda putting all sorts of pressure here on the backcourt. Well, he might be a center or a power forward, but you know, this man can deliver on the perimeter when he needs to switch on the point guards. Only have to go for a quick 3. They force this one up, and again, nothing dropping. AOMORI WAT'S coming up with a rebound. Now looking to take the final shot here in the first quarter. There's a penetration. It's just too strong off the backboard. Well, Basel fans, at the end of the first quarter, it is indeed the home team, the AOMORI WAT'S, who lead this one 17-12 against the Rising FUKUOKA. Well, this is a B2 matchup. Both teams now competing to finish in the top division to ensure promotion to Japan's highest level of professional basketball, B1. We'll take a short break as we'll be back in just 2 minutes. Well, welcome back, everybody. We're live here in the home arena of the AOMORI WAT'S, so they currently lead this one against the Rising Fukuoka. The AOMORI WAT'S, all first quarter, have been sitting in a 2-3 zone. Rising Fukuoka only 12 points in that first quarter. Aoda trying to penetrate, goes in, finishing it, just taking Greg Slaughter right to school. That is going to be a defensive nightmare for Slaughter if he does have to match up against Patrick Aoda. Aguilar looking for a handoff. Goes to a three. Three is up and just can't get it. Aoda with a rebound. Trying to go again, but this time, no. Unable to get it. Now, what can Rising Fukuoka get in transition? But a foul's going to be committed. When was the foul deliberately committed in transition? It was Takayuki Kodama trying to go quickly. Slaughter coming up and setting the ball screen. Getting the ball reversed now. Down low hit to Aguilar. The AOMORI WAT'S just ready to collapse on defense. Now they get a wide open look. Three is up, and again, nothing dropping. Slaughter getting the offensive board. Well, that's much better there. You like the penetration by Takayuki Kodama. As he went baseline, he tried to dish that one to Greg Slaughter right here. And that's putting the defense under pressure. A foul had already been called at that point. Seven-point lead at the moment. Going for another three. This one's up. No good. Well, nice seal-off. And again, Patrick Aoda. Just seems like at the moment, Rising Fukuoka just cannot defend him. Watch the seal-off right here. Well, at that point, it was just going to be impossible for Hayato Kantaki to try and deal with Patrick Aoda. Rising Fukuoka making another change, is coming back into the game is indeed Hiroki Taniguchi. Well, every great player does have an Achilles heel, and Patrick Aoda just simply needs to step up and make the free throw. 8:29 to go here in the second quarter. Coming off one ball screen now. Left uncontested. Another three is up. And finally, Rising Fukuoka getting something to drop from the perimeter. It's the man who just subbed in, Hiroki Taniguchi. Another penetration. Slaughter comes up with a rebound. What can Rising Fukuoka get? Taniguchi made his last three. Goes for another one. Well, the offensive board by Pablo Aguilar. Now will be the AOMORI WAT'S, as they want to call timeout. 5-0 run for Rising Fukuoka. We'll be back in just under 1 minute. Lee Montgomery will be on the floor at the moment with Patrick Aouda, the two import players currently featuring here for the AOMORI WAT'S. We also have Jordan Hamilton, as we did see him start the game, as well as Money Hall as well. Well, it's been a bit of a run here at the moment from Rising Fukuoka. Can we get a response now from the AOMORI WAT'S? Well, they tried to go from the mid-range. Found the separation, but was unable to tuck it away. Well, it's got to be a headache here for Rising Fukuoka, seeing this consistent 2-3 zone defense. Slowly going in with a teardrop. It's shots like those that aren't high percentage looks for Rising Fukuoka. Now, Watts going for three. This one's up. Beautifully tucked away. Well, one team plays its own defense to try and disrupt the other one. The other one goes man-to-man. But again, that's why they brought him in. Susumu Tokairen. Well, he caught that, didn't bring it down. That's a tough three to make. And another timeout's going to be called, this time by Rising Fukuoka. Well, 7:02 to go here in the second quarter. Rising Fukuoka back down by 6 points. Well, it's just been a big frustration for them. Well, can they make a three here? Well, that will build their confidence. Hiroki Taniguchi hitting a much-needed three-pointer. That cuts it back down to three. Well, it's about finding those high-percentage looks. Now they go for the mid-range. He had a good look previously, but that was just a little too soft. Well, what a pass. Pump fake. Aguilar goes up. He's unable to get the M1. And that's a third foul against E.J. Montgomery. Well, Montgomery's going to have to go to the bench. Right there. Why did Montgomery not keep his hands up? Knowing he already had two personal fouls. 6:22 to go here in the second quarter. Greg Slaughter's going to leave the game. He will take a breather. Pablo Aguilar, the man who started his career with Real Madrid. Yes, that's right. The EuroLeague Giants is where he started his career. Born in 1989, played many great years in the Spanish ACB. When he was a 16-year-old, he was teammates at the Under-16 European Championship in Division A with one Ricky Rubio. Well, I think they're going to have a retake on the free throw due to a line violation. Not sure if that was committed by Patrick Aouda or Jordan Hamilton, but it will be another free throw coming up here for Pablo Aguilar. Well, he missed the second one again. Well, three in the corner. Maury Watts unable to connect. Now Rising Fukuoka can tie the game up. They're going to go for a quick three. Shot selection. Got to ask, was that the right shot to go for? As Aguilar is fouled again, this time by Kohei Tsuneto. Passing the ball around, finding a nice dump down. Aguilar goes in, throws it down with two hands. Well, the man originally from Granada, Spain, born in Granada, but he was made in Madrid. Ties the game up at 23 apiece. Hamilton looking to isolate, goes baseline. Maury Watts going for the three. Well, they got a good look. That's a good shot in my mind. Penetration and a kick out, but again, they got to try and tuck those away. Well, again, Pablo Aguilar just playing bully basketball. But you got to love what this man offers. His positioning inside the post. I mean, look, the seal-off right there. And that makes Bryce Washington's job so easy. Because at that point, Monet Hall's not going to be able to defend Pablo Aguilar. But again, he misses his free throws. 5:11 to go here in the second quarter. B2 basketball matchup. These two teams this season competing and battling to try and get promotion to Japan's highest level of professional basketball, to the B1. Rising Fukuoka getting the first lead of the game at the moment, but can AOMORI Watts try to respond? Only 1 point separates these two teams. Goes out of bounds. It's going to remain 2.8 seconds left on the shot clock here for the AOMORI Watts. Let's say that's good defense. Well, timeout's going to be called by the AOMORI Watts. They're going to try and get one last shot off. We'll be back in just 1 minute. Well, here are some of the key highlights from Rising Fukuoka's ability to try to break down the 2-3 zone defense from the AOMORI Watts. Well, you like the high-low action they got with Bryce Washington and Pablo Aguilar, but, you know, the one struggle Rising Fukuoka have had is making three-pointers. Oh, 5-second violation. Another turnover here for the AOMORI WAT'S. Well, changes coming in as Tomokazu Abe. Well, he came in probably for that defensive play. Coach Lopez bringing him back out of the game, and Greg Slaughter, the big man from the Philippines, checking him. Now, Greg Slaughter is a Filipino-American. Played his entire career, apart from the last 2 years, in the PBA. Washington helping out point guard duties for Fukuoka. Leading by 1 point. What can they do in this offense? Trying to extend their lead, something they haven't been able to do so far in this game. Another foul is going to be called against Patrick Oden. You got to ask the question, if they get the right spacing against this zone defense, they can cause a lot of problems for the AOMORI WAT'S, but as we've seen, there's a lot of congestion in their offense of trying to break down this zone defense. Well, changes coming into the game. Toshikazu Kato, number 33 for Rising Fukuoka, as well as coming back into the game, number 24, Hiroki Taniguchi. Well, Bryce Washington 100% from the free throw line this evening. Three-point lead to the visitors. Oh, AOMORI WAT'S going for a three, and again, beautifully tucking that one away. Well, that's what they've needed, somebody to step up and make that big play from the three-point line. And that three was made by Yuichi Ikeda. And that's going to be a Rising Fukuoka turnover. You know what their game plan is. Try to get the ball inside the paint. Find Washington, find Aguilar. And AOMORI WAT'S doing exactly what they should be doing. Collapsing, creating double teams. Number 12, Yuichi Ikeda checking back in for the AOMORI WAT'S. Oda twisting, turning, going for the spin out, getting his own rebound. And that was the case. Rising Fukuoka didn't want to get Bryce Washington into too much foul trouble. But AOMORI WAT'S retake the lead. Boy, you gotta love the move there by the man from Czechia. 3:30 to go here in the second quarter. Pulling up in the mid-range. That's one way to break the zone defense down. Nicely tucked away. And that was Toshikazu Kato. But can AOMORI WAT'S retake the lead again? The three is up, and it's good. It's Keisuke Aita extending the AOMORI WAT'S lead back to 3 points. We're under 3 minutes here in the second quarter. Washington looking to isolate, kicks this one out. He made his last mid-range. He's not able to get that one, and nobody crashing for an offensive rebound. Rising Fukuoka going smaller, and they're getting punished as Monty Hall was left wide open. Well, they've gone with a small lineup. Bryce Washington by himself inside the post. No Pablo Aguilar. They went to give him a break. There's the penetration. The foul has been committed. Now the question is, I don't think that's a shooting foul, because he's trying to pass the ball. Watch here. So the foul is against Patrick Aouda. Oh, no, it's a turnover. Oh, no, it is a foul, yeah. So it is a shooting foul. And he will be going to the charity stripe. Hiroki Taniguchi, number 24 for Rising Fukuoka, can cut this down to a 3-point ball game if he makes his free throw. Makes them both. 2:16 to go. Provisional substitution is Pablo Aguilar coming back in to give the size that the Rising Fukuoka needed. Wat'S looking to find ways to use the backcourt pick and roll. As the penetration goes in, draws a foul. He doesn't get the ad one. They will go to the free throw line. Nice play by Yuichi Ikeda, number 12 for the AOMORI WAT'S. Well, Shuki Shigatome's got to try and find a bit of separation between him on the defense, because when you chase him like that, you're always going to be inevitable to call the foul against him. Well, unable to hit the second free throw. Now we're under 2 minutes. We're getting another wide open look from three-point land. It's up, and it's good. And that cuts down a 1-point ball game. Well, he's come into this game and played some big minutes so far. Hayato Kantake. Well, when they struggle to get three-pointers, and AOMORI WAT'S mercilessly stayed in the zone defense. He's played big tonight. Aouda struggling against Pablo Aguilar. 75 seconds left. Another three, Kantake. Are you kidding me? Well, he's on fire. Somebody call the electrician, because Kantake, he is shooting the lights out tonight, basketball fans. AOMORI WAT'S have to go timeout. Well, they've got to rethink their defensive strategy. Kantake with the first three, and then he came down the other end. Confidence is contagious. Kantake nails that one. Arigatou gozaimasu. Well, good morning, basketball fans, and again, magandang araw to all of our fans watching from the Philippines. Guy that loves potatoes, hello, how are you? Double R, thank you for your kind comments, and Christella Siong, what's up, MVP? Well, Greg Slaughter has played a few minutes so far this evening. He is still scoreless, but the problem his team, Rising Fukuoka, have had has been able to break down AOMORI WAT'S defense. Now, recently, you may have just seen Hayato Kantake hit 2 back-to-back three-pointers. So it is indeed a 6-0 run now for Rising Fukuoka. Just over 1 minute here in the first half. These two teams, this is B2, Japan's second division of pro basketball. the pyramid system. That's right, teams now will be competing to try and get promotion to the B1, while teams in the B1 would get relegated to this level. And another AOMORI WAT'S turnover. Well, the AOMORI WAT'S choking under a little bit of pressure given by Rising Fukuoka's defense. Penetration against the zone's a little bit too easy. Finding Bryce Washington. Got it by Monte Hall. Goes to the fadeaway. I think maybe he could have got a better shot, but AOMORI WAT'S going for a quick three-pointer, but it's an offensive rebound by Patrick Oda. Well, when in doubt, just shoot the ball, because the man from Czechia, he will crash the offensive rebounds. And this is good passing now. Can Pablo Aguilar get the three? The former Kawasaki Brave Thunders player, but that's the end of the first half, Basel fans. Well, again, if you have been joining us, or you just recently joined us, this is B2 Basketball. We're all locked in at 36 apiece between the hosts, AOMORI WAT'S, and the visitors, Greg Slaughter's team, the former PBA player, now with the Rising Fukuoka. Well, we will take a 20-minute break. Go get a drink. Go get something to eat, but don't go anywhere too long. Like I said, we'll be back in just under 20 minutes. B2 Basketball, AOMORI WAT'S versus the Rising Fukuoka. Well, welcome back, Basel fans. Second half of this B2 fixture between our hosts, the AOMORI WAT'S, and the visitors right in front of us, Rising Fukuoka. Well, this is Japan's second division of professional basketball. Both these two teams competing heavily to try and get promoted to the top flight division of the epic B1, one of the top professional leagues that's growing at an exponential rate all over the world. Well, Japan, for that matter, we must give respect where it's due that this league, this pyramid form of B1, B2, B3, many great imports and great Japanese players representing some of the best teams. Well, the other game that's being streamed live here on B.LEAGUE International is the Yokohama B.LEAGUE says as they host Levenga Hokkaido. That's Kai Soto versus Dwight Ramos. Those two teams did meet yesterday, in which Levenga Hokkaido surprised everybody with a very convincing win against the Yokohama B.LEAGUE says. Well, AOMORI WAT'S decided to stay in a 2-3 zone defense for the entirety of the first half. Towards the end of the second quarter, it did look like Rising Fukuoka, coached by Lopez, Spanish legend who was the national team coach of Spain back in 2002. Through that man, Kentake, number 24. Hayato Kentake making two back-to-back three-pointers. And that's got to make the AOMORI WAT'S double think now, or rethink, I should say, whether or not they want to stay in a 3-2 zone defense. Well, they've done just that. It's actually 2-3. So they're being very principled. Question is, will this pay off? Still going with the big lineup of Bryce Washington and Pablo Aguilar at the moment. So WAT'S come up with this one. Which team's going to get the first field goal here in the second half of play? Washington looking for a handoff. Finding Keisuke Eita. Nowhere to go now. This is Hamilton, excuse me. Got it by Bryce Washington. Both players wearing number 5. Kudama penetrating, going in and laying that one off the backboard. Well, that's a tough move. Takayuki Kodama, number 0 for the Rising Fukuoka. Just finding a split-second gap opening. Because now Keisuke Eita does the same thing. And, oh, we got double 0 on both teams. Double 5. Got to ask the question that if Bryce Washington scores here, will that mean the same thing to happen for Jordan Hamilton down the other end? Aguilar finding a bit of space going in, and that's just too easy. Well, if you're going to play a zone defense, you need to keep possibly Patrick Ouda right underneath the bucket as a solid rim protection. But now Montgomery, 3 fouls in the first half, and he's way off the mark there. Well, he's a great player, but, you know, he has struggled here this evening. But great players, they find their rhythm. And maybe we could find that here in the second half. Kentucky finds Aguilar. He hasn't made a 3 tonight, but now he does. And now it is a 5-point lead to Rising Fukuoka. Well, the WAT'S trying to respond. Rising Fukuoka staying in a man-to-man defense. And Money Hole went for the mid-range, was unable to convert. Rising Fukuoka looking for their biggest lead of the game now. Left uncontested, 3 is up. Back iron can't get it. The AOMORI WAT'S just survived that defensive possession. Hamilton's got to make a decision. Trying to go inside the post against Washington. There's a fadeaway, and that's a BEA beautiful play by Jordan Hamilton. Interesting. They're not going to the high post here to try and break down the zone. They're actually sending Aguilar baseline. It's Bryce Washington unable to make the layup. Suneta looking for a post-up. Maury Watts, a three-pointer would tie the game up, but they go to hole in the paint. He goes up, and it's going to be a three. Oh, no, it's going to... That's an offensive foul. Oh, Monet Hole, number 39 for Maury Watts. Have a look at the replay. I think it's a 3-second violation, yep. Well, there's a gamble on defense. Kentucky goes in with a floater. Foul's going to be called on the ground. Now the question is, it was actually Taniguchi there that made the penetration. Well, Taniguchi goes for the... So I think he was fouled after the shot. So that should be a baseline ball too. Rising Fukuoka. Oh, no, a turnover, actually. Oh, very interesting decision, that. Keisuke Eto. That's another back-to-back turnover, so both teams. Sloppy passage of play now between the AOMORI WAT'S and Rising Fukuoka. That's going to be a 24-second violation now. Well, lack of communication between the Rising Fukuoka players. Taniguchi very unaware of what was going on. What this does is it gives the AOMORI WAT'S a chance to try and chip back into the deficit. Only down by 3 points. Well, Monty Hall's going to get called for the offensive foul. It's actually, yeah, offensive foul. So the AOMORI WAT'S failing to reassert themselves here in the second half as they're down by 3 points. Rising Fukuoka patiently trying to break the zone down. Another three from Aguilar. Make it back-to-back three-pointers. And the former Kawasaki Brave Thunder player extending Rising Fukuoka's lead to 6. Now we're under 5 here. AOMORI WAT'S have to get something. Going in, Euro step, getting the and-1. Tough play by Jordan Hamilton. Well, there was no help side defense whatsoever. Look at this. Hamilton went left. Just sliced up Taniguchi with that Euro step. And that's too easy. Well, the three-point play has been converted. It's back to a three-point deficit. Aguilar's made 2 threes. Can he make 3? Pulls right into the hands of Washington, but he's unable to put it back. Now the AOMORI WAT'S can cut it down to 1 point. They can maybe tie the game up with a three-pointer. There's the backdoor play, and there it is indeed. Monte Hall, no problem this time. Well, he has struggled a little bit here in the second half, but that will boost his confidence. quicker shot there against the zone. There's another penetration. Finds Aguilar under the basket. Big man goes up. That's going to be a 3-second violation. Another penetration going in the lane. Yeah, this man will not be denied. Bryce Washington, just over 3.5 to go. He has been unstoppable so far. Still a 1-point lead, though, to Rising Fukuoka. Nice give and go play, Taniguchi, but he misses the layup. Here comes Washington, another Euro step. This is good ball movement. They can retake the lead. It's up. No good. That's good execution, though, by the AOMORI WAT'S. Kodama going pick and roll. It is his own defense, so the foul is going to be called against Kohei Tsuneta. Going in. That's a nice play there, but he's got to try and finish that one. Well, you appreciate that from Hiroki Taniguchi. He's still holding on to a slender 1-point lead. Montgomery goes in. Can't get it. Taniguchi tries to help out Pablo Aguilar with the rebounds. But that's better from EJ Montgomery. Try to go for the back down play. Try to get inside the paint. Well, double change coming in for the AOMORI WAT'S is Patrick Oda. The Czechia international checks back in. Along with him, Yuichi Ikeda. Played some good minutes in the first half for the AOMORI WAT'S. And also making his debut tonight, Akito Uchida. Number 15 for AOMORI. Under 2.5 here in the third quarter. Getting called a double team. Time's winding down on the shot clock. They got to make a choice now. Monty Hall puts up the floater. Unable to get it. Aguilar secures the rebound. And Rising Fukuoka can try to reassert themselves. Another three in the corner. It's up and again. This team right now finding their mojo and their rhythm. Hiroki Taniguchi left wide open. Going to go himself in the end. Getting rejected. Oh, what a block shot by Yuichi Ikeda. Ikeda just giving a polite reminder to Shuki Shigetome. Well, Shigetome goes to the layup here. And Ikeda says, sayonara. Still a 2-point lead to Rising Fukuoka. Taniguchi, another three-pointer, and that one's way off the mark. Patrick Oda is able to secure the rebound. This is where AOMORI WAT'S need to build themselves. Washington inside the paint again. That's way too easy for the big man. And that's Jordan Hamilton, excuse me. Top of the paint here, being heavily defended. Going down to the big man from Spain and the man from Granada, the former Real Madrid Academy player. Spent many great years featuring in one of the best professional leagues in the world, the ACB. And gets called for the foul and 2 free throws coming up here for the AOMORI WAT'S. Well, you definitely have to appreciate Yuichi Ikeda. Anytime he has the ball in his hands, he's got one thing on his mind: penetrate, collapse the defense, and he's not afraid to make that contact to try to get to the free throw line. Hiroki Taniguchi, for all his good efforts so far, he'll go to the bench. He'll take a breather coming into the game. Number 33, Toshikazu Kato. Well, Ikeda makes both free throws. We're all locked in at 51 apiece at the moment. Rising Fukuoka trying to retake the lead, but again, the defense proving a bit too much. There's a penetration. There's a foul. 26 seconds left. So 2 free throws coming up here. Well, again, we'd like to give some shout-outs to those watching live on YouTube. So, shout-out to Joselito Bartolome. Shout-out to JHGF. Two seconds difference between game and shot clock. So Patrick Oda putting the ball in the hands of Jordan Hamilton. This is the player they want to get something going. Foul is going to be committed by Greg Slaughter. .2 left. Another foul's committed. This time the foul was against Toshikazu Kato. It's just such a careless foul to give away because now you send him to the free throw line. So I don't quite understand the logic or the tactical decision by creating that foul. Well, there it is, I guess. Makes a second free throw, locking the game up at 52 apiece, 5.2. We're all locked in at the end of the first half, and now they'll have 5.2 seconds. That is Rising Fukuoka Try and muster something. Trying to get the ball inbound. Slaughter's going to get a handoff. Trying to go the length of the floor. Another foul's going to be committed. .8 sideline ball to Rising Fukuoka. Slaughter, why not take the three? Big man, pump fakes. Almost got it. Well, Basel fans, 1 quarter to go. We'll be back in 2 minutes. 52 apiece here in the B2, the second tier of professional basketball in Japan, between Rising Fukuoka and our hosts, the AOMORI WAT'S. We'll be back. Final 10 minutes about to get underway. Question is, who will win this game? They must improve their chances of getting promotion, automatic promotion to the Japan's highest level of pro basketball, B1. Well, Hamilton went for a tough contested fadeaway. Shigetomi now finding Bryce Washington. Might be the first time tonight we've seen AOMORI WAT'S go to man-to-man. It's worked out for them. But again, they turn it right back over. They didn't get the spacing correct in the transition. Well, that's a poor transition at a 3-on-1. Problem was you had Hamilton trying to run down the middle. And then what you also had Patrick Oda coming trailer, but poor decision by the backcourt. .19 here in the fourth. Plenty of time for one of these two teams to get a grip on this and lead with the victory. The AOMORI WAT'S, our home team, no doubt would definitely want to take the W, but credit to Rising Fukuoka. They've adapted, they played well, but they have gone with a smaller lineup. There's another three. Three is up, and again, no good, but an offensive ball by Washington. No foul called. This is where the AOMORI WAT'S have got to push this one, but now the foul has been called. Well, this one's against Tomohiro Ishii. And that's a right call by the official. Ishii right up in his face. No need to be there, to be honest. to the AOMORI WAT'S. Foul is going to be called on the screen. A bit of a collision there between both players. As Patrick Oda did try to go for the handoff. Well, that's how this team needs to play. They got to be physical here tonight. Finding that consistency has been the issue for them. Home crowd trying to rally behind their team. We get it going. This is a nice kick out. Getting a wide open three. Three is up. And again, no good. But they're going to call a foul here against Patrick Oda. Well, Oda making no effort whatsoever to try and compete with Aguilar for the rebound. It was a clear push right in the back. And that was a three-pointer. You couldn't quite see it on the replay, but ZJ Montgomery comes in, but he looks like he's limping at the moment. Well, shout out to all the basketball fans in this. Well, it's cold in the UK. I wouldn't mind it to be hot and lazy, to be honest. But again, welcome to everybody watching live B2 basketball. Rising Fukuoka in town. Currently down by 1 point here against the AOMORI WAT'S. Well, another wide open three. Aguilar getting an offensive board. Again, just conquered the putback, but he fights for another one. And the man who started his career with Real Madrid, trying to ensure that Rising Fukuoka have another chance, but it's another missed layup. I think that's going to be a foul on the rebound there against Pablo Aguilar. Right there. So Aguilar does the same to Patrick Oda that he did to himself, or did to Aguilar down the other end. And that's the case. If you hit me, I hit you 10 times harder. Unfortunately, both teams pay the price for it. Montgomery getting a handoff. You get it. Trying to find some separation. This is good defense by Rising Fukuoka, but they have to dig deep here. Nowhere to go. Montgomery mid-range. And where this man has struggled, now in the fourth quarter, stepping up big time. Oh, regaining the lead at the moment now for the AOMORI WAT'S. Foul's being called on the ground. This one's against. Yeah, it's on Monty Hall. You like to see it from Rising Fukuoka. I mean, they're not going away from their game plan, trying to cement Bryce Washington inside the low post, because they know there's no defensive matchup they're going to have for him. Well, what can the Rising Fukuoka build for this offense? Down to Aguilar, goes in, avoids the block. El Chico, Muchacho. Hala Madrid, as they used to say back in his early days. Well, this game becoming a bit of a roller coaster. Both teams going right back and forth at each other. Finding Patrick Oda, there you can see just exchanging buckets. Well, welcome to the basketball stock exchange market, as both AOMORI WAT'S and Rising Fukuoka showing the high interest rate. Question is, who's going to have that interest rate at the end of this game? Well, Aguilar throwing a tough pass to Washington. He's fouled. So he'll go to the free throw line. He's been very good from the charity stripe this evening. Well, he missed the second one. And they're going to call the fourth personal foul against E.J. Montgomery. Well, I am perplexed. I don't know what E.J. Montgomery did wrong there. No, it's against Aguilar. Okay, so. Oh, no, a technical foul's been called. No, it's no lineup. That's what they're doing. So it wasn't against Aguilar. It was indeed against E.J. Montgomery, but I couldn't tell you what happened. That's he misses the free throw. Miss them both. He's hit 3 3-pointers so far here in the game. But free throws are so imperative. You don't want to look back on this game and think the outcome could have been different had you made all your free throws. When it goes in off the backboard. Now it's a 2-point lead to the AOMORI WAT'S. Is the Czech international. He featured in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. Now it's a timeout. We'll be back in just 1 minute. Well, now we're under halfway here in the fourth quarter. Somebody's taking the victory tonight. And as the guy who loves potatoes said on YouTube, both teams hungry for the big dub. Rising Fukuoka trying to tie the game on. Goes in with a sweet little fang roll. Well, that's a tough play by Shunto Murakami. Well, he's been relatively quiet in this game this evening. Well, Takayuki Kodama should have no arguments. And why is he getting right up in his face like that? That's why you need composure. I mean, there's the first foul. There's the second one. And you just send him to the free throw line. And Coach Lopez, I mean, he's infuriated with Kodama. As Yuichi Keda makes the first free throw. Seven here on the shot clock. Got to get something going. Avoids the block. Washington offensive board. Still can't get it. Well, something we haven't seen since the first quarter. Potentially a 2-possession lead coming up for the AOMORI WAT'S. We're under 4. There's a penetration. It's just too strong off the backboard. No foul was called. Kodama finds Aguilar. Oh my goodness. Buenas noches. As they would say in Spain, good night. Aguilar decided to take a body with him on that one. What a dunk. There's a foul. Gets the ad once. He's going to the free throw line. .325 to go in the fourth. The moment AOMORI WAT'S have a chance to take a 3-point lead, something they haven't done since the first quarter. Guy that loves potatoes. I agree with you. That's what I like to call Pablo Aguilar hammer time. Anong oras na ngayon? It's hammer time, baby. Patrick Oda extending AOMORI WAT'S lead to 3 points. Has turned in terms of its tie now. Kodama for 3 can tie it up, and again, cool as you like there. Well, he hasn't been very consistent from the perimeter this evening, but we're all locked up at 65. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Nice cut down the middle, even better block as Aguilar comes up with a loose ball. Well, if it's on Montgomery, that's going to be his 5th foul, I believe. Yeah, it's on it's on Monty Hall, excuse me. My apologies to E.J. Montgomery. So 2 free throws coming up for Pablo Aguilar. He is struggling immensely from the perimeter. So, excuse me, from the free throw line. He hasn't struggled from the 3-point line. He's 3 for 4 tonight. Well, he missed them both, but he gets his own rebound. You gotta call a technical here against. Well, this is a bit harsh. Yuichi Ikeda trying to say that he flopped. So technical free throw, and I don't think they're gonna get Pablo Aguilar to take the free throw shot. It will indeed be Hiroki Taniguchi. Taniguchi, no problem, knocking down the free throw, giving Rising Fukuoka a 1-point lead. 2:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. This is B2 basketball. These two teams, aspirations, goals, dreams of getting promoted to Japan's highest level of professional hoops. That being B1. Washington now, giving this one up. Kodama go for the mid-range. Back iron, can't get it. Another offensive rebound for Rising Fukuoka. Taniguchi pump fakes, pulls up 3. Still just can't get it. So Patrick Oda finally is able to secure the rebound here for the AOMORI WAT'S. Well, Basel fans, we might have 65 people watching, but let us know in the live YouTube chat, who do you think is going to win this game? Will it be the AOMORI WAT'S, or will it be Rising Fukuoka? Mid-range is up, and the AOMORI WAT'S regaining the lead. 2:05 to go. Rising Fukuoka calling timeout. This is going right down to the wire. Well, the guy that loves potatoes said that Fukuoka will win this game. They are down by 1 point, but they do have possession. A chance to regain the lead. Plenty of time in this game. Now we're under 2 minutes. Rising Fukuoka going to the dribble handoff. Down low to Washington. Washington's foul doesn't get the and one, but he will go to the free throw line. He's been their best free throw shooter so far this evening, but love the execution. Bryce Washington sealing position against Jordan Hamilton, but he has to make these free throws. No problem on the first one. Oh, he missed the second one. It is a tie game, 67 apiece. Maury Watts looking to retake the lead. Keddy goes in, finding Patrick Houdin, gets blocked by the rim. Tries to go it again, still gets blocked. Well, that is great defense by Pablo Aguilar. Hands up, making it tough. Someone's going to retake the lead at some point. That's going to be a kickball violation. Reset of the 14 on the shot clock. Rising Fukuoka will get it back sideline. Now we're under 10 of the shot clock. They got to get something going. They go for a three. Three is up. Just can't get it. And they're unable to secure the offensive board. 1:06 to go. Maury Watts with a chance to take the lead. Two possessions back and forth between these two teams. Neither's been able to get a grip. Keddy going down the right. Goes off the backboard. Still can't get it. Well, both teams choking a little bit. Now it has a bit of space here. Trying to hesitate. Nowhere to go. Aguilar, deep three. Hail Mary, just can't get anything. Well, could we be going to overtime? No one seems like they're able to score at the moment. Final shot here to win the game. Hamilton looking to isolate. Got it by Washington. Well, he's got to go quick. Time's winding down. Step back three. Doesn't get it. We are going to overtime. Well, 5 more minutes to decide who will win this game. Hang tight, Basel fans. It's not over yet. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Well, here we go. 5 minutes to decide who will take the victory tonight. Overtime game in B2 between Rising Fukuoka and AOMORI WAT'S. Going down low, getting, well, what a block shot, getting rejected. Well, can they capitalize here? Down the lane, going in and finishing. EJ Montgomery. 4 points have all come here in the second half so far. For EJ Montgomery, Kodama going down low, finding Aguilar. That's a little too soft. But then AOMORI WAT'S just turn it right back over. That's just the inability to take care of the ball in transition. Kodama running circles around the ball screens. He's got to force something up here. Fouled in the process. If that's on EJ Montgomery, he's going to foul out. So that is his night done. That could be quite a monumental loss here to the AOMORI WAT'S. Kodama just gets the first free throw to drop. But he misses the second one. Goes out of bounds. Going to go right back to the AOMORI WAT'S. 3:39 to go here in OT. Patrick Auda trying to lead him and his teammates this big home victory tonight. Only go for a deep three. It's up, no good. As Aguilar's unable to secure the rebound. Well, he had a bit of a, let's call that Butterfingers moment. So the AOMORI WAT'S will get it back with fresh 14 on the shot clock. Coming off one ball screen. Finding Hamilton. This is good ball movement. Again, probably one too many passes. Have to put up a Hail Mary. They're unable to get something. Rising Fukuoka looking for their first field goal here in the OT interval. They did get a free throw. Down to Bryce Washington. Aguilar goes in, gets the M1, and he's going to the free throw line, but he has struggled incredibly from the charity stripe. Fouls against Patrick Auda. Well, sub coming into the game now here for the AOMORI WAT'S as Tomokazu Abe checks in. And Patrick Auda fouling out. Two players fouling out here for the AOMORI WAT'S. So that currently leaves Jordan Hamilton as the only import player at the moment. Well, excuse me, it was Daisuke Sato actually checked in. Well, for those who speak Japanese, Sato does mean sugar. It's Pablo Aguilar, currently at the free throw line. Has missed most of his free throws, but this time no problem. The Real Madrid Academy prospect back in his day, born 1989. Hamilton's got no other imports. He's got to rely on this talented team of Japanese players. That's a big three. Three is up. Huge three-pointer. Well, who needs import players when you've got a talented core of Japanese players on the floor? This is what I appreciate about the B-League, B1, B2. And it's evident in the Japanese national team. Probably one of the best national teams in Asia, but a good response in the corner. What a huge play by Shuki Shigetome, while putting the Rising Fukuoka back up by 2. Just in the fourth quarter, last moments when these two teams couldn't buy a bucket. Now coming in is Aguilar. No en mi casa. Get out of here. Adios. Hasta luego. What a block by Pablo Aguilar. Big play now coming for Rising Fukuoka. Can go to 2 possessions. They almost turned it over. Well, Yuichi Ikeda comes back into the game for the AOMORI WAT'S. He's played some good minutes. Now, he did get a technical this evening. The technical foul he did receive, the referees felt that he was trying too hard to draw a charge against Pablo Aguilar. That was in the third quarter. Nice kick out in the corner. Made the last three. Make it another one. And a timeout's going to be called by the AOMORI WAT'S as Hiroki Taniguchi lighting it up, cooking it up. That's a big-time three-pointer. Well, we'll be back in just under a minute. The AOMORI WAT'S need to figure things out as they call timeout at the moment. Last 141 to go. Guy that loves potatoes did say Fukuoka would win this one. Still plenty of time, though. Just over 90 seconds. So AOMORI WAT'S gotta get something here, though. Howard's looking to isolate. Got it here by Bryce Washington. Nowhere to go. There's the penetration. There is a sublime finish by Monte Hall. Went in with a George Gervin-esque finger roll. Kodama had the three-pointer. Goes in with a penetration again. Just uncontested. That's way too easy. Well, they have to score here, WAT'S, because they'll need to get the next possession on defense with a stop. Now, Rising Fukuoka trying to be aggressive on defense at all costs. They turn it over. Aguilar comes up with it. They probably should think about fouling at some point. Rising Fukuoka, no mood to rush anything. Down low. Now it is a 7-point lead to the visitors. Well, they've come in overtime. They've been collective. Foul's going to be called, so Jordan Hamilton's going to the free throw line. This unfortunately cannot make the first one. If he makes this, it will be a 6-point ball game. There's 20.6 seconds left. So you're going to have to put on some full court pressure unless Coach Lopez, a rising Fukuoka, calls timeout. Decides to advance the ball to avoid any double teams in the full court. Well, there's a foul committed. So 2 free throws coming up here for Bryce Washington. Probably the final change coming into the game. Bryce Washington will head out. To finish off the last few minutes will be Toshikazu Kato, who has featured quite well this evening here for Rising Fukuoka. Well, we have to go quickly. There's a 3. 3 is up. It's no good. Aguilar gets, well, it was a foul off the ball. So 2 free throws coming up again for Rising Fukuoka. 8.3 left. They're probably going to walk away with a victory. Daisuke Sato comes in. His final 8.3 seconds. Currently the free throw line is Toshikazu Kato, who also just subbed in. Some chances to boost up your points. Well, gotta loves potatoes. That's right, baby. Magandang gabi, uwi na. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have some Jollibee today when I go to London. 2-piece chicken. 8.3 left. AOMORI WAT'S, it's all a consolation for them at the moment. No way of coming back. There's a 3. 3 is up, no good. Well, Basel fans, we thank you for joining us. It is indeed Rising Fukuoka who get this pivotal victory in B2 against AOMORI WAT'S. Well, a huge victory for the visitors. Remember, both teams will be competing to try and get promotion to Japan's highest level of pro basketball. That is B1. But then you can see it's all over now. 10-point victory for Rising Fukuoka. Oh, it's always tough when you come on the road. And it's even more tough when you have to go into overtime, especially when, well, Kristelis Young, sayonara, paalam kaibigan, the MVP of all fans. Gotta love potato, you're absolutely right. The defensive strategy of Rising Fukuoka was the reason that they did win. So very good analysis, my friend. Well, we do thank you, all of you, for joining us live here on the B.LEAGUE International YouTube. The other game probably still going on. It's between Kai Soto and Dwight Ramos. It's in B1 between Yokohama B Says and Lavenga Hokkaido. Well, the AOMORI WAT'S players just standing in front of their fans and paying homage and respect. As well as the traveling Rising Fukuoka fans getting a round of applause from their players. Well, both coach and player acknowledging that, they worked hard to get into overtime, but defensively, probably is something that we could try to have done better to have made sure we won this game. Well, the home crowd showing their support to Mal Fukuda, number 11 of the AOMORI WAT'S. Well, the spirit of this team definitely in good favor. Go, go, Watts, the chant, the support they get from their fans. Well, tough performance. I mean, they almost did win this game. If Jordan Hamilton probably got a better shot off in regulation, went for the tough three-pointer, but in the end, they succumbed to defeat in overtime. Well, here are the key highlights from the game. It's fair to say both these two teams went back and forth with each other. I mean, AOMORI WAT'S came out the better team, sitting in that 2-3 zone defense, but it just wasn't meant to be in the end. Well, it is all over here tonight. Well, if you're wondering what happened in the other game in B1, that was between Levenga Hokkaido and Yokohama B-Course says Levenga Hokkaido did the double, winning yesterday and today. 25 points for Dwight Ramos. Well, the foul trouble didn't really come into effect until the second half, but it's plays like that you saw. The help side defense in both teams really came into question. Well, he didn't really become a three-point threat until the second half, but here was one of the few three-pointers they hit in the first half. And that was from Hiroki Taniguchi. Well, that was a nice play. The penetration down the middle and the kick out in the corner. And look how he doesn't bring the ball down when he catches it. Goes right over. That's a tough, tough skill. The two-handed throwdown by Pablo Aguilar. Well, the man who started his career at Real Madrid, as we mentioned, Patrick Aouda, the 2021 Tokyo Olympian when he played for his home country, the Czechia. Also, big three-pointers hit by Pablo Aguilar in the second half, and that probably did inspire them. Well, for that matter, inspired AOMORI WAT'S to come out of the 2-3 zone defense because they weren't just picking it apart and having fun. Well, there was that man again. Hiroki Taniguchi making threes all over the court. Jordan Hamilton making the penetrations, trying to break down the defense. Well, Aguilar came up with some big plays this evening, avoiding getting blocked. And there was Aouda one more time. Patrick Aouda. Well, remember, Patrick Aouda and E.J. Montgomery fouling out of the game. As Kodama made the three-pointer. Did tie that one up at that point. That was 3 minutes left in regulation. Well, the mid-range was beautifully tucked away by Keisuke Aita. At that point, it was a bit of a struggle there for the AOMORI WAT'S. As then we headed into overtime. And then it became the Pablo Aguilar show on both ends of the floor. I mean, look at this finger roll here by Monet Hall. Went in, just double clutch, hung in the air. That was a tough play to say the least. But at this point, it was all over. Was Bryce Washington able to finish? And that cemented the deal. Well, a cool game at that point. It was all over, Basel fans. Well, Basel fans, we'd like to thank you for joining us here in this great game between the AOMORI WAT'S and the Rising Fukuoka. Arigato gozaimasu, sayonara, and ayasu minasai. Thank you, goodbye, and good night.